Hey, what up? What up? What up? Okay, this is Play to Win Boxing, going live on a Sunday night. Yeah. Tap in, tap in. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, give a thumbs up, man. Let's get to it. Let's talk boxing on the late night, Sunday. Let's get to it, man. So, this week in boxing saw Tyson Fury with the vicious KO of Dillian White, which I saw coming. Dillian White couldn't do anything with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was working off that jab, and he was too long, too big, too strong. Every time Dillian White tried to get in, he threw like a looping overhand right, and every time he did that, he got caught. And I thought Fury was going to take him out in the fourth, but it dragged out till the sixth. And Dillian White didn't have a chance. He tried to do a little dirty boxing, but it wasn't gonna happen for him. And they held their hat on allegedly how he was handling Tyson Fury in sparring in prior to this fight. Like he had sparred with him in preparation for Deontay Wilder and other fights. And I tell guys all the time, you could get the best of a guy in sparring. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. You get the best of a guy in sparring, 9 times out of 10, that guy is working on one of his weaknesses, or he's working the kinks out of something, or he's working on something he knows his future opponent is going to be doing. So yeah, you could probably be getting the best of him, but that guy's probably working on something. It's different when you fight under those bright lights and there's a lot at stake. So Tyson Fury says allegedly this is his last fight. He's riding off into the sunset, and if he does so, whether you like it or not, he's going to be the premier heavyweight of this era. He's going to be the premier heavyweight of this era. And yeah, it's an interesting story because he was on the shelf for like 5 or 6 years there battling his demons. So, I think he looked at Deontay Wilder and said he didn't have skills, and he called him out. And then after that, all hell broke loose. So, it's a great story of perseverance, battling and defeating demons, and coming and shining in a tough sport. And that's what he did, whether you like it or not. So at the beginning of this era, everyone thought it was going to be AJ, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder or whoever else. But, heavyweight boxing took a round robin. Joshua got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Deontay Wilder ascended, and then Wilder and Fury had their trilogy. So it's just, you never know with boxing. That's what makes it a beautiful sport. But if this was his last fight for Fury, it was a great showing. They packed Wembley, and kudos to him, man. So what's next? Triple G. So Triple G just came off a fight with Murata, and he didn't look like the Triple G of old. He got the KO, but he's 40. So Father Time, as we know in boxing especially, is undefeated. Triple G doesn't look the same like the Triple G of old, and that's to be expected. He's 40 years old. So he's pushing for a trilogy fight against Canelo Alvarez, and I think Canelo Alvarez is in the middle of his peak. The beginning of Canelo Alvarez's peak was when he fought Mayweather, and he lost. Regardless of what people say about that, that was the middle. That was the beginning of his peak. He wants to fight Canelo, and I think that's dangerous at this age. You never want to see a great fighter go out like that. I think I don't think he'll beat Canelo at this age. If he was having problems with Canelo when he was in his prime, just think, nah, he's 40. So, I mean, it'll be a big fight just off namesake, but I think Canelo will take that fight, and I think he will stop him. I think he'll be the first guy to stop Gennady Golovkin. And if they fight, Golovkin has fought at 160 his whole career. But if they fight, that fight is going to be at 168. So yeah, he has everything against him in that fight. But the money's going to be there, so chances are the fight might come. What else we got? Upcoming fight, Oscar Valdez against Shakur Stevenson. That's an interesting fight. Stevenson's been calling out Valdez for a few years now. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson, out of the young group of guys like the Javante Davises, the Haneys, and so on and so forth, I think Shakur Stevenson is the best defensive fighter out of this young class. out of this era. He's a defensive whiz. He keeps getting better. He beat Jamel Herring his last time out, who was a durable, tough champion. Um, he's always sparring with Terrence Crawford, but Valdez will give him some resistance because Valdez is experienced, and every time everyone counted Valdez out, he either knocked his opponent out or he had a great showing in the fight. He keeps winning. So I think Valdez, the only shot Valdez has to win this fight is if he stops Stevenson, and I don't really see that happening. I'm not saying it can happen. This is boxing, but I think Stevenson will be too elusive, give him too many angles, too many feints, and he'll be hard to hit, like he does with everybody. And I don't see Stevenson knocking out Valdez, so I see Stevenson winning that fight by unanimous decision. Valdez, I think his only chance is to KO Stevenson. You know, Stevenson he's a whiz in there, and he's only getting better. But this is boxing, so it could happen. What else? Yeah, so May 14th, we have Jaron Boots Ennis from Philly fighting Castillo Clayton from Canada. And I think Castillo Clayton have fought Spence in the past. So it's gonna be interesting, but two hungry young lions, but I see Boots on another level. Boots will take this fight in exciting fashion in my opinion, if it goes the way I see it going. I think Boots stops him in the middle rounds, maybe the later ones, but I see Boots stopping him and moving on to greener pastures. Boots wants a big showing because whoever wins this fight is the mandatory for Spence Crawford. So it should be a great fight, man. It should be a great fight. I think Jaron Boots Ennis is a young phenom. Castillo Clayton, I've seen a little bit of him. I went back and did my research. I haven't seen anything that would make me change my mind about this fight. So I think that's what it'll be. I think Boots will stop him probably sixth, seventh round, maybe even fifth. I don't know. But I think the longest this fight lasts, maybe the 10th round, and that's it. Clayton might have his moments, but, you know, again, this is boxing. Everyone has a puncher's chance. But Boots Ennis, he's probably going to be the next guy in the welterweight division. So, yeah, man. So that's a little live, man. You know, catch the live stream again. You know, give a thumbs up, hit like, hit subscribe, share. Please comment. Tell me what you want to see on the channel. I'm gonna put some flashback interviews that I've had in the past up this week, so it'll be more content, some stuff that you haven't seen. I got some interviews with some notable names that you haven't seen before, so I'm gonna post some of them up. I'm gonna have some more content. I'm gonna have some more things coming as well. We're trying to get the subscribers up, so and our views. So like, subscribe, share, comment, whether good or bad, and hit the thumbs up, man. You know, play to win boxing, live stream, holla at your boy. Yeah.